So we just went and saw the King of Wakanda in the concrete jungle, New York City. New York, I'm from New York. And the new movie, 21 Bridges.
Yes, and the king don't play.
That's right. He is the sharp edge of justice.
And all of his kills are justified.
You are correct.
Well, I'm Grace.
And I'm Paul, and this is Rideout Reviews. 21 Bridges is directed by Brian Kirk and has a star-studded cast with Chadwick Boseman, Sienna Williams, J.K. Simmons, Stephen James, and Taylor Kitsch.
The movie is about a drug robbery gone bad, and the criminals kill a bunch of cops. And the police decide to put their best detective, Andre Davis, played by Chadwick Boseman, on the job to help solve the case. But what seems like a straightforward cop killing turns out to be something a little more. So Andre is on a mission to figure out what that is.
So, man, this movie from the very beginning was action-packed, and it also had like a drive or a grip on your emotions, man. I thought this movie was really enjoyable.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite scene? What was your favorite scene?
Well, I loved pretty much everything about this movie, but I really liked the detective part of the story.
Yeah,
I loved getting to see Chadwick's character like dissect the scene of the crime and like look at all the details with all of his awesomeness, being able to figure it out. Like that was so cool getting to like be in his mind. That was cool.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome too, man. I just liked how they showed how he came to his conclusions and that he just didn't know all this stuff, you know. It made him actually look really smart. He's a smart brother.
Yeah.
And it's always good to have smart brothers.
Yeah, we appreciate the smart brothers.
That is so true. And I guess, man, my favorite part of the movie is well, Grace, is that Chadwick Boseman, man, he did a great job. Phenomenal acting, man.
Good.
He did a great job. Also, he brought out all the characteristics that I believe the writer put into him, and he did it well. Like, he was so serious, and he was also calm, but he had an incredible sense of integrity as well as heart, man. He really cared about people, man. I thought that was great, man.
For sure. I will say, though, at the beginning of the movie, I still kind of saw him as Black Panther.
Oh, yeah. I never freeze.
But it did not take long for me to see him as something different, especially that beginning scene where young Chadwick is at the funeral of his dad, and he has that little baby Denzel tear running down his face, and it's just like so heart-gripping. And
yeah, the Denzel tear, little homie was good. Denzel tear. Yeah, man, I thought that was awesome too, man. It really got me in the movie.
Yeah.
It was just cool to see how, you know, it developed his character, but it was cool to see how his father was such a respected man.
Yeah.
And that there were so many people there at his funeral to speak so highly of him with the preaching, and then as well with all of the men and women of blue that was there as a community to support him. I thought that was great.
For sure. And that scene where they were bringing out the casket and they had all the soldiers out there and they all saluted at one time. They had like a camera angle, and it was just a really cool visual. Like in the movies, I was like, dang, that was so cool. So we cannot keep talking without bringing up the fact that this movie had some awesome action.
Yeah.
It was intense.
That's right, it was, man. There was like a scene which really cool. It had shown them doing tactical gunplay. So these guys were just like sneaking around and So man, it was really so cool. Awesome, man. That brother could shoot, dude. He could shoot.
He could, and they did a good job of like explaining how he was the way that he was, and they also kind of showed how him and the other killer were connected.
Yeah.
But I will say, I feel like they could have done a little bit more with that.
Okay, well, I guess since we're going to do that, we'll move with Grace, and we'll go to the bad. So what's this scene you're talking, or what's this thing you're talking about not developing?
Well, Chadwick was basically trying to show or convince us that one of the killers wasn't really a killer, based on his record. So the killer, or the dude, I guess you would say, had been dishonorably discharged from the military, and somehow Chadwick came to the idea that that means he's not a bad guy or a killer.
Yeah, because if he's dishonorably discharged, then you would think he's a bad dude.
Yeah, or
but
at
you
least
know, if he was honorably,
worse than an honorable.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know how they came up with that. I'm pretty sure they put that in there because they wanted to show how Chadwick Boseman, his character, was still that detective, still that witty, smart,
intuitive,
guy. And it kind of fell flat there because I don't think it worked out very well. So, but for me, I think I really didn't like the last scene. Now, I don't want to give away too much because it is the last scene.
Right.
But I just didn't understand how that would happen.
It didn't make sense.
It just didn't make sense. I mean, it was weird. But I guess people do just a whole lot to stay out of jail.
I mean, personally speaking, that sounds a little scary, like I'm about to disclose something, but I'm not. I was just going to say, I would do pretty much anything to stay out of jail. That's not a place I would want to be. So maybe in that sense, it's a little bit more understanding. But so what are you going to rate the movie?
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 R's. Man, I really like this movie, and I think that you should go out and watch it.
For sure. I'm going to give it a high rating, too. I'm going to do 4 out of 5 R's as well. Thought it was amazing, and you guys should definitely see it.
Yep.
Last things last, do we think the movie is redeemable?
So, man, there's a lot of good themes in this movie, man, about being an honorable person. Like, when your funeral happens, is there going to be someone that speaks highly of you? Like, what are they going to say at your funeral? Also, like, how many people is actually going to show up?
Yeah, or will they show up?
Yeah, will they show up? Yeah, so I think that's important. Also, it talks about, like, us as citizens respecting our men and women of blue, because what they're there is to protect and serve the citizens in whatever community that they're in, and that they should be compensated for it, because they do sacrifice a whole lot.
So much.
And I think another thing is that they talk about taking care of your family, but doing so the right way, not taking shortcuts or the easy route, but doing it the right way. And finally, I think that the movie has a great central character in Chadwick Boseman, is that he is like unflinchingly right, has a great moral compass, and even in the face of harm or face of wrong happening to his family, he still wants to do the right thing. Right. And that's an important character that we should all hold close to. So because of those things, man, I think that it's a redeemable movie, man.
For sure. A lot of redeeming qualities. Yes, absolutely. That one.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys do go out and watch this movie. If you do, make sure you put some comments below. Let us know what you thought were the good and the bads. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, because we need the love. We love the love. And also hit that subscribe button so you can keep getting all of our awesome content.
Yep. Hit that bell too so you get notified.
For sure. So until next time, guys, we hope you have a fantastic week.
And keep watching movies.